everybody. Welcome to Bold Predictions, Bold Flavors Week 2. Hope everyone had an interesting Week 1. Hope you're all able to learn something, gain some insight about what your team needs or already has maybe. It was interesting. I was bullish. I was bullish on my team. I was bullish on a lot of teams, and I was down on a lot of teams. And yeah, that list that Dave and I made, you might as well flip that shit upside down because right now it's looking like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and that's actually the truth. But we'll see. Like Dave said, the championship is not decided on week 1. Let's get into some of the news real quick. So Antonio Brown, that guy loves to be crazy. He loves to be crazy. I don't know why even the Patriots would have taken a shot on them. I know there's some kind of like bad player turnaround team, but that guy is legit mental illness situation going on. I don't think Rash is going to have a good time figuring out what to do with Antonio Brown. The good news, Rash, I was looking at your wide receivers. You don't really need Antonio Brown. I mean, you got OBJ. How the hell did you get Antonio Brown and OBJ in the first place? You got OBJ. You got DJ Moore, who seems to be the guy that Cam likes, even though Cam kind of sucks. And then you got Djax as well. OBJ, DJ, and DJ. It's a lot of J's. I think you're going to be just fine, Rash. And I think, there might still be some trade value for AB. I don't want him, but maybe someone does. I mean, there's a chance he still plays for New England sometime this season. Maybe those charges are unfounded and you have a wide receiver 1, or maybe you are sitting on just a piece of trash the entire season who's clogged up your roster. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Speaking of trash on rosters, Hunter Henry has health hurdles. He's got like another knee thing. Game 1, I watched the guy catch balls in the fucking first game. He seemed fine. It's not like he was hobbling around out there. What the hell is wrong with your knees? How have you gotten this far in your football career to just fall apart as soon as you get to the NFL? I don't get it. Hunter Henry, you kind of suck, man. I burned a pretty low waiver pick, or I burned a pretty low draft pick on you, so we are rolling with Jordan Reed. But I have good feelings about that guy. I think he's going to be healthy all year long. Anyways, yeah, it's kind of I'm not going to rant about myself too much, but strike 1, Sammy Watkins. Strike 2, Hunter Henry. 3 strikes, and I am sad. Not as sad as Bal, who hit the trifecta last week with injuries to Joe Mixon, to Geis, and to Sterling Shepard. What the hell? Is there something opposite of Rick Luck that you have right now? What the hell, man? I mean, I know what it's like to have the injury bug, but to have 3 significant injuries on week 1, that's pretty crazy. Granted, none of them seem to be season-ending, but I do not see you having a good week 2 because all of them seem very questionable for week 2. In fact, you know what? Since we're talking about week 2, let's look at some of the matchups real quick. I don't even care if you know what my picks are for this whole league pick'em thing. I suck at that now. It used to be good. I don't know what happened. I just gave up, or I lost my edge. So I'm going to let you all in on my picks this week, okay? First up, we got Boom versus Regulators. I love your team, Regulators. I love it. Except for David Montgomery. You probably have somebody who's a non-starter who's better than David Montgomery. I don't know why I'm giving you advice on your roster, but whatever. I think you're going to win regardless of David Montgomery or not. You have Austin Eckler, who I just read some article that like the Chargers love Austin Eckler. Philip Rivers loves Austin Eckler. They might as well not even have Gordon on their team anymore because Austin Eckler is like the next best thing. So yeah, from some kind of Philip Rivers to Austin Eckler hookup because the guy's a pass catcher, that's gonna suck. If Travis Kelce didn't have a great week last week, he's going to fucking destroy it this week because everyone's gonna think Sammy Watkins is gonna do it. Yeah, this is bad. I'm gonna lose this week. Um, my couch pulls out versus the fucktards. Great quarterback matchup. I'm excited about this matchup just on the quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. Wonderful. Leonard Fournette sucks. I don't like that guy. Philip Lindsay, I don't really like him either. I like Nick Chubb. I don't like Carry On. This almost comes down to like what quarterback is going to do better. And I think Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson is going to have the better week this week. So, Ty, I'm giving that one to you. Cools versus Thorin. Thorin put up a fucking huge week after I said he was the shittiest team in the league. To be fair, Thorin, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing up there. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and apologize to people for fucking ratings. Someone's got to be 16, someone's got to be 1, and you've got me trying to figure that shit out. Your team is not the worst. I'll give you that. Your team is far from the worst. So, Tom Brady, I mean, if Antonio Brown goes on that team, holy shit, Tom Brady might be the number 1 QB on the season. But right now, he's just a really, really good Tom Brady. That's, I guess, what you always get out of that guy. Marlon Mack, Christian McCaffrey, T.Y. Hilton versus Zeke and Derrick Henry and Drew Brees. My God. This will be the highest scoring matchup of the week. That's my bold prediction. Bukaki Blast versus 4OBS, highest scoring matchup of the week. I'm going to give it to 4OBS. I think you're going to back-to-back 120 plus. TJ Hawkinson too. Jeez, man. Yeah, good insight on TJ Hawkinson. I picked him up in every possible league I could, which was one of 4. Game of Throws versus Slobs Love Fake Plastic Trees. God, that name's terrible. But I'm going to give it to Stretch because Baker Mayfield just sucks. What the hell? What the hell is wrong with that guy? I don't understand how you get better players on your team and you are worse. If Tom Brady got OBJ on his team, they would just go undefeated. Nobody would ever be able to beat the Patriots again. But for some reason, these other teams who have OBJ, who's, in my opinion, personally, I think he is the best wide receiver in a long time. I just don't get how people don't know how to use that guy. So, I don't know. Stretch wins. Keto Purple versus Skunk Bus. Skrunk Bus. I like Josh Jacobs so much. One of my big regrets from this season is not drafting Josh Jacobs. I grabbed Mike Evans, and I think Jacobs was still on the board. I really regret that. So I'm going to give it to Keto Purple just on the running backs alone. James Conner, I don't like James Conner, man. I got him in some other leagues, and he was really good when he took over for Le'Veon Bell early last season. Then he just I don't know, he got worn out or something. I feel like he's still worn out from last season. Adrian Peterson, I don't even think the Redskins like Adrian Peterson. They're literally starting him out of necessity. But I think Chris Thompson will probably see an equal amount of snaps. So, yeah, running backs go to Keto, and that person with the running backs is going to win the game. Rams for the win versus Cooter. Dak Prescott. Ouch, man, that guy just destroyed me last week. So I'm just going to give it to Cooter. Now you know why I suck, by the way, at these ranking things. I don't do any math. I just look at the people and I'm like, oh, I like those guys because he's kind of a cooler guy than this guy. So yeah, that's how I decide who's going to win in a given week. Cooter, I like your guys better. Julio Jones is awesome. as a person, he's an awesome person. He's not a whiny bitch like Antonio Brown, right? He like just puts his head down, does his job, wins the championships. Okay, Dolphin Militia versus Shady Trader. I'm just gonna give that to Shady Trader. I'm not gonna look at the people. Sorry, Bry. Man, I was so wrong on your team, and I guess you can't predict injuries. I think your team actually is really good if everyone's healthy, but wow. Let me look at it real quick. Aaron Jones, ugh, I'm glad I didn't touch him. Aaron Rodgers to Aaron Jones. I don't even think that will ever be a connection. D-Hop. That guy won you a game last week. It was actually Emmanuel Sanders. I'm still going to give this to Suey. Your team just looks healthier. And then finally we have Dirty versus Team Old Man. I have to give this to Dirty. Russell Wilson, Chris Carson. That actually is a hookup that could work. Keenan Allen is great. Allen Robinson was great. Will Lutz. Holy crap, that guy was awesome last week. I think he's going to be awesome this week, too, against the Rams. I like your team, too, Will, though. I mean, like I said in the rankings last week, Damian Williams, Dalvin Cook, Tyler Lockett. It's great, man. This is also going to be probably my next favorite matchup to watch. But I think Dirty is going to take it because Chris Carson is fucking awesome. So, there we go. That was my matchup breakdown. I know it was long-winded. I'm not going to cut it because fuck it. So, you know what? Let's get into bold flavors real quick because I need a refreshing drink. Be right back.
If I hit it one time, I'm a piper. If I hit it 2 times, then I like her. If I 3 times, I'm a wifer. It ain't safe for the black or the white girl. It ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe. Tell your man pipe up, pipe up. 100 bands from the safe in your face when you say, money dance from the to a night club. Hey, yeah, mess with me and get some money. Hey, mess with me and get some money. Hey, yeah, mess with me and get some money. Hey, yeah, mess with me and get some money. No limit, I'm a soldier. Hey, always lit, yeah, I'm never sober. It's been 3 days in a row, your girl coming over. Told that girl to kick rock, she yeah, like it's a boulder. Hey, Roy, shopping, that mean copping, always popping, hella popping. She's a bopper, homie, hopping, ain't no stopping. Album dropping, got the city on fire. She was lying on me like she tired. I'ma have to mess around and call Kamaya. She was stirring up the pot, jambalaya. Yo, chill, hit it 1 time, I'm a. If I hit it 2 times, then I like her. If I 3 times, I'm a wifer. It ain't safe for the black or the white girl. It ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe. Tell your man pipe up, pipe up.
All right, people. Bold flavors time. So this is a doozy. I picked up last weekend. No, not week 1. The weekend before week 1. Went to Vegas with my wife. We did pretty good on the blackjack table, and then we decided to stay the day that we were leaving until like 1 p.m. She decided to put $400 into a slot machine, and the slot machine ate that money. Just ate it. So they gave us this. This was our consolation prize. $400 bottle of South Point Cherry Lemon 80 proof sour mash moonshine. Sounds bold. So I'm going to crack it open and have a drink. By the way, cheers. Let's see how this tastes. That is not worth $400. Oh. Ooh. It finishes up really clean. You know what? That could be worse. And I'll bet the more you drink, the more you enjoy it. I'm going to stick with 1. So, the segment I'm going to do here is called Lincoln to Cleveland. I used to bet a lot of like online sports books and stuff, but uh, the last couple years I didn't have as much luck as before, so I decided to just give it up. I'm not gonna throw money away or whatever. But anyways, one of them reached out to me for my birthday in August, and they're like, "Hey, here's $5 for free. Like, just do whatever you want with it." I'll do that. I'll definitely gamble that. So yeah, I put it on a three-team parlay for week one. That was 3 weeks before the season even started. But week one came around. It was KC, the Rams game over 51, the Titans over 45 and a half. What do you know? It freaking hit. I didn't think it would either because that Rams game started slow, man. Um, and all of a sudden I had $28 in my account. And I was like, shit, cool. $5 into 28, and I didn't even put up the 5 to begin with. So Monday night came around. I put it on another two-team parlay, 7-point teaser. And it was the Broncos game. I think I bet on the Broncos to lose, Raiders to win, and the over on the Saints game. It hit again. Now I got $40. So, Cleveland to Lincoln. I'm going to turn Lincoln to Cleveland. I'm going to turn my $5, Abraham Lincoln, into $1,000 this season. Grover Cleveland. That's going to be hard to do. But hey, I'm already at $40. So, I'm going to tell you my bets for this week. Okay, so my bets for this week. You know what's funny is they actually gave me another $18 free bet for some reason, like after I won the first one. So I immediately threw that on another 7-point teaser. For people who aren't aware of what a teaser is, essentially, if you parlay two teams or more, you can add 7 points one way or another, whether it's to the spread. So say a team is supposed to lose by 3. You can make it so they can lose by up to 10 and you still win your bet. Or the over-under, right? If it needs to be over 47 points for you to win, it drops it to only over 40 points to win. So I kind of like teasers, especially early in the season because you're still trying to figure out teams. One thing I'll say this season is that it's a passing league now, but I don't feel like the sports books accurately reflect the overs of a passing league. There's just more points these days. More points are being scored. Everyone wants to see teams score. Everyone has fantasy implications, DFS implications. So yeah, I'm an over better. With the money in my account, right? The money I'm actually like have to wager. I put 21.51 on the Cleveland Browns, Dave. If they go 0-2, I will not let you hear the end of it. I will not let you hear the end of it this season. If they go 0-2, you better think about leaving them. You better think about finding a new team. Because if you cannot win with that kind of talent against, who is the Jets, if you cannot win week 2 after going 0-1, your team is, something's wrong with them. And it's not the players. It's like something systemic. So I bet the Browns, bet the Chiefs, of course, and then I bet the Packers to beat the Vikings. It's a home game for the Packers. I think they are a really good team this year, like playoff caliber, Super Bowl caliber type of team. That's betting 21.51 to 153. We'll see what happens. All right, people, that's all I got. It was a long rant, I'm sure. Next week, it sounds like we're gonna have some guests, so that will be kind of cool. That was for you, LOD. Have a good one.